Right, welcome back to round number 2 of 4 here at Guardian Games in Portland, Oregon. We are Portland Paper. You can find us on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, and here on Twitch. I'm Travis Cooper hanging out with...
Urchin Collie and
Ian Lunger.
And we're going back to 1992 here. If anyone, I'm an old person. I definitely remember rocking like in elementary school to some Hammertime.
So if you are not familiar with the Parachute Pants combo, this is a combo deck that revolves around Colossus Hammer, I believe is the card.
Yeah, it's big.
It's the big Colossus Hammer, which was in M20, I believe.
Smush them.
Smush them. It's a combo deck that aims to put an enormous hammer on, I don't even know, I haven't looked at the...
You play Sigarda's Aid, so you can do like some free equips. You've got, I think, Fervent Champion, which allows you to equip for free as well. It's been a while since I played against this deck. I lost to it in game 1 because I had no idea what was going on.
Oh, putting out a Blighted Agent seems good.
Yeah.
So Michael is playing a Sultai Urza deck, so a take on that Simic midrange deck, back with the Thopter Sword combo, kind of doing it without Mox Opal. We'll see what happens. Take 1 Infect. So you said you've played against this?
I have, yeah. Basically, you just have to kill all the creatures.
So it's like Infect with hammers.
So you don't want to tap out with your opponent having creatures on the board. I think Infect is like one way they do it, or they can just,
Hammer you?
hammer you in 2 turns instead of 1 turn.
Similar strategy, though. Just kill all the creatures. Michael gets a Breeding Pool. Gonna pick up a Mishra's Bauble. I see 2 Urzas in hand. Core Duelist for double strike. It's another way to do it. Always double tap with the hammer. Mishra's Bauble, follow
Ooh.
Emery.
So a little bit less explosive without Mox Opal.
Yeah. That's the truth.
We have had a disproportionately high amount of spirit guides on stream.
We've got a lot of spirit tonight. Oh, and there's another one. Colossus Hammer. Gonna take a read there. What does this do? Whoop. Oh, game over. Blighted Agent, Colossus Hammer. GG.
Hammer
Stop. Okay, those jokes are just gonna go on and on. Ian, you sang the theme song. Do you think
Yeah, do you were you
you could
alive
sing Hammertime?
when MC Hammer was popular? Ian? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was alive. I was trying to remember how the song goes. I could not recite the lyrics. I would need to do it drunk in karaoke settings.
You know, we always keep hinting at the epic Portland Paper karaoke outing that needs to happen.
Maybe we could do some kind of like subscriber drive at some point where, it's like NPR, or if we reach a certain amount, then we have a karaoke party that everyone can come to.
I'm actually totally down.
Subscribers only lounge karaoke.
I mean, like, I feel like Ian has to do Hammer Time now. I'm kind of already signed on to do Cranberries, like from way back with Field of the Dead. So Travis, that just leaves you.
Yeah, I'd have to think of some like Jeskai control flavored karaoke song.
See, I don't think you.
I could be because it could either be like maybe Born in the USA or something.
I'm about it. Yeah, you can't force these things. The karaoke specials have to find you. But I do like Born in the USA.
I do own tight jeans and a handkerchief and some cutoff shirts, so
they're required. Yeah. They're required for this. I really think that this karaoke night needs to happen, and that needs to be your uniform. Oh, look, we have a caster cam now.
Speaking of uniforms, this is our Portland uniform.
Told you there was a lot of flannel. Ian, get in here. Ian, get in here. So that's your crew. I know you listen to us a lot, but we have, in fact, acquired another camera.
Yeah. We have faces. to go along with our voices. Speaking of which, I think our
matches.
might be
No, they're
making-
still sideboarding.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they're thinking. Oh yeah.
Do you like our wall? We're here in the castle. Anywho.
Yeah, this room's called the dungeon. So
I'm gonna leave that one on the table.
Yeah.
Let y'all pick that up yourself.
Subscribers only content.
Okay.
Okay, please stop sideboarding.
Speaking of sideboards.
Speaking of sideboards, I would love to speak of some sideboards. Mike here has brought with him.
Look at those Veil of Summer.
3 Veil of Summer, 3 Ashiok Dream Render, 3 Damping Sphere, 3 Fatal Push, 2 Plague Engineer, and a Pithing Needle. I like Fatal Push and Plague Engineer.
Yeah, those seem fine. Also, Hammertime is a Stoneforge Mystic deck. I don't know if Ashiok would be good enough, but a turn 2 Ashiok would seem pretty good if we're playing some mana ramp here. If you have enough bad cards to take out, I see that as a fine addition, but not great.
Yeah, it seems slow though. And they're equipping the hammer with other effects than just activating the hammer, I imagine, so Pithing Needle isn't going to do all that much work. It costs 8 to activate the hammer. So leave a Pithing Needle out. Options here for Jonathan: 2 Deputy of Detention, 3 Apostle's Blessing, 2 Auriok Champion, 1 Spell Pierce, 2 Spell Skite, 1 Sword of Fire and Ice, 1 Sword of Sinew and Steel, 2 Teferi Time Reveler, 1 a second Spell Pierce. Pardon me, that's 2. Do you even... Oh, you saw the Emery. You know what he's playing.
Yeah. I mean, Teferi always seems fine.
Why not?
Why not?
I like Deputy of Detention, actually.
Okay, I get down with that.
I'm not sure you need all that much here, though. Maybe you want the Sword of Fire and Ice, but we will see what happens. Michael here going to get a much better start. Bobble, Emery, forget my ETB trigger. Oh, we figured it out. Gonna mill 3 lands and an Astrolabe, pass it back. No Snow Source on board. Mystic Sanctuary in hand. Gonna have trouble casting that Astrolabe without a reasonable top deck. Holding Gilded Goose and Metallic Rebuke. Mike gonna bobble and step. Gonna draw 2 cards. Another Emery. And that Plague Engineer. Shall we goose? Unfortunate Mystic Sanctuary comes in tapped here, but it's still a land drop.
It's a card that you usually never want to see in your hand. You always just want to fetch for it.
That's true enough. Certainly not this early. He decides not to play the goose, but rather to hold up Metallic Rebuke, and I think I like that play here because turn 2 is going to be an important one for Jonathan.
Yeah, Michael's at a point where they're drawing essentially 2 cards a turn, and so I think the pressure is on Jonathan to actually deploy some threats to the board, so I agree with you.
Yup. And let's see what he's got. I'm blinded by that Seachrome Coast. Love it. I'm sorry?
It's an invisible stalker.
Thank you.
Just a little guy that can't be blocked. And it's got hexproof.
One might say, you can't touch this.
Ooh. Nope. No, you definitely can't. Oh, he let it resolve.
Oh, I love that art.
It's pretty cool. This used to be sideboard tech for Infect about a year or 2 ago. Jam 4 of these in your sideboard, then kind of become a pump combo deck.
It's an unblockable boggle. It's an
unblockable boggle.
Unboggle. Unblock. I'm done. Goose. Food.
Unboggleable.
Still holding up Metallic Rebuke. Blue-white Delverdays and Standard. I wasn't around for that.
Invisible Stalker is pretty cool with ninjutsu as well.
I was dead at the time. Jonathan gonna crack a fetch. It's like some Magritte art. I love it. Look at that guy.
Ripe for altering.
Jonathan gonna go grab a Sacred Foundry.
It's kind of subpar flavor text though.
I know, I was looking for it.
Yeah, we're always on the lookout for some good flavor text here. Here at Portland Paper, we are flavor text and basic land connoisseurs.
And tokens. Jonathan gonna play a Stoneforge Mystic. Let's see what Michael has to say about that. He's gonna let it resolve.
So really saving on to this Metallic Rebuke for that card matters spell.
I'm thinking the card that lets you equip the Colossus Hammer is the one we're holding on for. End step, bauble.
Yeah, baubles have gone up in price a fair amount. I was talking to Ian earlier before we went on air, and they used to be like a $40 card, got reprinted, and were like $1 to $2. And now they're up there again to 20-ish something.
Are they that much? They're like 10.
Yeah, I thought they were somewhere in the teens, and when I was looking, I was trying to wait see what they would get to, and I think they got to like 6 or 5 at some point. I don't. Yeah, but Death Shadow's a good deck to be playing right now, and also the Urza decks are great. So cards used a lot. Although if you want an alternative that's unplayable in Modern, Urza's Bauble has some great art and does a just as fun thing.
What about flavor-wise? Which one's better?
Both. Michael here found his snow source at last. EE on 2 seems good to me. That'll clean it up. And chat, if you have any favorite flavorite texts, feel free to pitch in some ideas. We were looking over the Theros Beyond Death flavor text a little earlier, and let me tell you, they are disappointing.
I have a theory on why it's such bad or missing flavor text.
And that is?
They have there's such a vast array of art for singular cards that they had to pay the artist more, that sort of the copy editors probably got a little bit of a pay cut there, so not a lot of flavor text.
Can we also note that this is some beautiful Christopher Rush art on Urza's Bauble?
I will agree with
all statements that you just made. What? I agree with all the statements made about that art.
And it is Christopher Rush.
You don't like the bizarre alien relic that's completely off flavor for like old Magic the Gathering cards?
I don't even know what to think.
I love everything Ice Age. Even the bad cards, which is a lot of them. All right, Jonathan, what do we got? We won't tell you who wins the flavor text contest until our flavor of the week segment. Jonathan has another Stoneforge. Gonna go tutor up something else. What's cooking?
Oh, I do like the Goblin Splunkers from Urza Saga. That brings back some nostalgia for me.
Hammer.
I think we've actually done that one before too.
I think we have.
It is definitely a booth favorite. I think the flavor text segment is like very dominated by red cards.
Yeah, you guys have a thing for the goblin cards. Though I like when we did Fry. If you haven't gone and seen that card is literally about fried chicken, I would check it out. This game progressing slowly. Here's Sigarda's Aid.
Probably counter that one.
I would counter that one. Oh, resolves. Free equip is not what you want. You know he has the hammer. But engineered explosive is going to take care of everything else. Where are you going to put the hammer?
Oh, I got 5 cards in Jonathan's hand. Let's see. Do we have a path?
Approximately 800 in Michael's hand. He's picked up an Ether Spell Bomb.
Oh, that works.
It's an Urza. Also a good one. Rumors of his death have been greatly exaggerated. Cracking that polluted delta, I imagine we're going to see the Lord High Artificer here. Because then we can recast a bauble and still hold up the rebuke.
How many cards have we seen this, help me, the blue legend?
Sorry?
The blue legend that's in play. How many cards have we seen that draw via Mishra's bauble?
Oh, Emery?
At least three, I think. It's a one-sided Lantern Howling Mine. So we opted just for the Ether Spell Bomb, not the Urza. Which I guess makes sense if you think Urza's likely to eat a path that would put you off Rebuke. So I think that actually makes quite a bit of sense. There's no reason to push here. I've heard terrible tales of black rains, ashen fields, and metal that screams. I have consoled myself that the tales were a myth of some fevered mind. But today I saw a walker, and now I fear the truth. It was about Oko. He saw a walker, and then he... Anyway. Jonathan gonna hardcast a Simian Spirit Guide.
I guess, food screams when it becomes an elk and goes into rut.
And here's another invisible stalker.
I like running the Simian Spirit Guide out as bait. Like, you want to counter this one? You want to counter the scary monkey, or
counter the scary monkey? Without the Stoneforges in play, we can counter the hammer.
I think we have 2 hammers in hand.
A hammer in hand is worth
2 in the dungeon.
Oh no! Oh no! This is gonna be like this all night. Lucky us. Crack a misty rainforest. Grab a watery grave. The hammer is lurking. Plague engineer. Rawr.
Monkey? Ape?
Stalker. I don't know what we named, but it's invisible stalker's creature type. Creature type, invisible. Summon invisible man. Also worth noting, is a 2/2 death touch. Lines up well against hammer carrying Simian Spirit Guide. So, Blighted Agent, if you hit rogue, hits both, probably? Yeah. So this is not bad for Mike. Even with the 2 hammers in hand. He's got a rebuke for one of them. Now, Jonathan can pay the rebuke. But it still is going to take him a while to push through all this. And instead, we get punching. I would not make this block. We're going to make that block.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not risking that block.
Oh, you can flash in equipment, though. Never mind. Equipment has flash. I would absolutely make that block. Mike's got it.
I guess I feel like one of the few ways you lose is to something like a Blighted Agent coming down, and I feel like you have that covered.
Yeah, but if he lets that Simian Spirit Guide through, he goes to 1. Oh, he has the Ether Spell Bomb. He could crack and bounce.
Right. Yeah.
This might be the situation where you're really looking to just cycle that Ether Spell Bomb over and over and over again at this point. And then you do want to have the Plague Engineer to keep him off his hexproof threats. Here's Urza. Core Outfitter. Steals... do you still call it pants if it's equipment?
Yeah, they're all pants.
They're all pants.
Yeah,
okay.
all various versions of pants.
It's not armor?
Trousers.
No, it's all pants.
Trousers all the way down.
Yeah, regardless of what it looks like, it's pants.
And there you have it, the official ruling. We're going to put that Engineered Explosives back in play with Emery, one of the more potent plays that can be made with that card.
There's a bit of a yawn here.
I'm interested in just playing Ether Spellbomb every turn for the rest of this game, I think, and punching with that construct. That's what I'm about.
Feels like Mike's got this game. It's just going to take a little bit.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit careful. It could get stolen from him. Jonathan cracks a Sun-Baked Canyon end of turn to pick up an extra card. See if he can put together a victory here. With Michael at 13, he's sitting annoyingly out of reach. And John decides he's not going to be able to finish this off, so we are going to go to game 3 here and see if Hammertime can take it down like it did the first game, or if Mike will be able to set up too fast.
Being on the play is pretty important here. It does feel like the current iteration of the Urza's decks have to play a lot of stuff on their turns 1 and 2 so that they can then set up for turns 3 and 4 and playing Urza, etc. So if Jonathan's able to kind of either force Mike to play slower or get under interaction, could be pretty strong.
Absolutely. I think he gets a huge edge from being on the play.
So, Urchin, have you been looking into kind of where the Urza decks are recently?
Not that much.
Okay.
I should be. I've been looking around at a few things that have been going by, and people are still experimenting with some of the same pieces. I think the Urza deck, the one from a few months ago, Goblin Engineer, that's still a deck. I've seen brews involving Ren and 6 on more of like a mid-range teamer thing. People are using just throwing in the Giant right now. We went from sort of like everyone's just playing Sultai good cards and put all the overpowered Sultai cards together. It's shifting to like everybody's putting in all the overpowered teamer cards together. And Urza's popping up in some of those builds, as far as I can tell.
And is Paradoxical just straight dead?
Oh,
like, we're never going to see Paradoxical
No.
Urza again?
No Opal, no PO. It's done. RIP. I had fun.
It feels like Urza is sort of fitting into this like Jace the Mind Sculptor role of like a really powerful mid-range card that just draws you cards.
Yeah, I'll just say it. Urza's, well, no, I think it's better. It requires you to build around it a little more, but I think it just might be the more powerful card.
From a flavor perspective, I'm 100% in agreement. Jace is like new school Urza in any case.
Actually, Travis. Urza or Jace? More powerful card.
I think that they both have upsides and downsides. I think they're probably pretty equal. Downside with Urza is it does just die to all the creature removal without generating a ton of advantage. Like you do get the construct, but we're playing like way less artifacts these days, and the construct is pretty easy to deal with without losing card advantage. With things like Teferi or even a Jace bounce. So Jace is able to at least brainstorm when it comes down, but then it's awkward because its plus is really mopey if it then dies. So I don't know. They're pretty different but equal, I would say.
Yeah, they're both extremely powerful. They're very different. I think it's an interesting comparison to try to make, and not an easy one because they're just very different cards. Chat, if you want to weigh in, Team Jace the Mind Sculptor, Team Urza Lord High Artificer, who will Bella take to prom?
And I'm not one to give props to WotC very often, but the fact that we're having this discussion between Urza and Jace, who are very prominent, prolific figures in Magic, that they managed to make the cards to a point where you could have this discussion is like, that's pretty good. So, some props to WotC tonight.
Yeah. All right. Jonathan going to start us off. Inkmoth Nexus Colossus Hammer. He says, I have a plan. Here it is. Deal with it.
Now, if we have, let's say, a land, Sigarda's Aid, Sieving Spirit Guide, it could be lethal, right? Dude, Sigarda's Aid gets it free equip. Is that correct?
Does it?
Let's pull it up here. It's all cards I'm like vaguely familiar with.
Modern staple Sigarda's Aid. If it does, then you're absolutely right. That would be a turn 2 kill.
Ooh, but we have a flying blocker.
disrupted. No, it's whenever the equipment enters.
Fair enough. I think if we went back a couple months and Mox Opal and Oko were still legal, Urza hands down the better card, but I feel like now it's a bit more of a toss-up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Really just the Mox.
Jace probably still has higher play in Legacy, so maybe maybe that's the tiebreaker.
Oh yeah. Jace is way better in Legacy. All right, here's Inkmoth Nexus. Gonna get in. Bite you on the nose for a poison. Unless you have a response.
Is that what happens when you get one poison? It's a bite on the nose.
What does an Inkmoth do? What is an Inkmoth Nexus? Oh, never mind. It's a big bite on the nose. You have no nose.
Turn 2.
You are dead. Stop.
So that
Hammertime.
means Michael didn't block.
No,
there.
Michael didn't block.
They always block that.
Oof.
He did not see the Simian Spirit Guide, whatever that other card was that instant speed equips things.
That's a heck of a win. That's the kind of win that you want to get when you're featured on Modern Mondays. So then you can go back and look at and feel happy about.
That was great. Should have blocked with the goose. Oh my god, that happened. I'll go out and see if we can get another match here.
Yeah, we got 18 minutes, so we're going to, go scouting for a game 2 or 3 out there. We'll return
You guys could keep
shortly.
chatting if you wanted to, but...